It's my great pleasure to welcome you to another interesting tutorial about CorelDraw. And in today's video, I will show you how to simply master pen tools in CorelDraw. Let me show you how. So the very first thing you want to do is to go ahead and navigate to your sidebar right here, where you have all tools right here. Then from here, you have to make sure you go ahead and click and push down right here. Then go ahead and navigate to pen tool right here. So click on pen tools. Then after click on pen tools, you have it right here. Next thing you want to do, go ahead and see how we can use this pen tool to draw shape, curve, and the likes. So let's see. So the very first thing we want to do here is to draw a straight line with our pen tool. For that, click once. When you click on once, then you see the pen tool continue to move right here and at the lights. Now, if you want to draw a straight line, what you need to do is to press Shift key on your keyboard, and then you have it perfectly straight like this. Once you press Shift key, click once. Then when you click once, then you have the straight line being drawn. Then you still have your pen tool movement right here. What we want to do here to cut the movement of the pen tool, press Ctrl key down and click once. Then you have it perfectly draw a straight line with your pen tool. Now let's see how we make curve with pen tools. For that, so we go ahead and click once again. Then when you click once, then you have to before you click the second click, make sure you drag. This is depends on where you want your curve to be, just like what you see right here. So I'm trying to make a kind of curve like this. Then you can decide to control. Then you can decide to, you can see the movement of the pen is going. Then we can decide to take our pen to the up right here. Then we go ahead and then the curve like right here. So if you want to stop the movement of the curve right here, what you want to do is to press Ctrl key down and cut. Now you have another curve right here with your same pen tools right here. Now let's see how we can draw another curve right here. So in some cases, if you do not dexterous on how the movement of pen tool works in CorelDraw, you can convert a straight line to a curve like this in a very simple way. How do you do that? Go ahead and click once. Then when you click once, press Shift key and click once again. Then you have the straight line right here. Next thing you want to do is to press Ctrl key down to cut. Now, when you cut, you have a straight line. Then how do you convert this to curve? So what you want to do here is to go ahead and make sure you go to the move tool right here. So when you click on the move tool, come back to the straight line right here, click on it. Now, having drawn the straight line, how do we convert this particular straight line to curve? Let's find out. Next thing you want to do is to make sure you come back to your tools bar right here. Then you have to make sure you navigate to the top right here. Click and push down, and then make sure you look for shape tools right here. So after you click on shape tools, then you can see that this particular straight line has turned to something else. Next thing you want to do is to make sure you click and make sure you point out the area you want to appear the curve. Click once on the stroke. Okay, and then when you click on the stroke, next thing you want to do is to come to the property from the top right here. Now you can determine how you want the curve to be. You can decide to break them apart right here. So if you click on here, break curve, so it simply means that you break the curve into two. So if you go back to your move tool, then we have this particular curve is going to be divided into two. So if I select it back again, let's find out. So if I select this curve right here, then we have it right there. Then next thing we want to do is to have them in separate way, is to come to the top right there. Make sure you click on break curve apart. So you click on break curve apart, then you have it in a separate way. So we have one here and we have another one right here. So just like so. So this is one of the ways to break cuts, to break curve apart in CorelDraw. So if I try to select this side, so we have one here, and we have another one right here. Okay, now it's that simple. So let's go ahead and come back to our select on our pen tool again. Then having selected on our pen tool, then I can decide to start from here and end it here right here, and then press Ctrl key down to cut my movement of my pen tool. Next thing we want to do is to go back to our shape tools right here. So having clicked on the shape tool, then it's going to be reflected. So I'm going to select this particular shape right here. So once you select this particular shape, next thing you want to do, I'm going to right click on here, this particular point right here. So when you right click, then this time around, you can go ahead and choose to curve. So once you choose to curve, you see there is a movement right there. If you drag, then the curve begin to move based on the direction you want. So you can continue to curve. This is depends on how you want your curve to be. So I can decide to drag. Then I can also come to this particular angle right there and decide to drag this way and come down below right there. Decide to drag. So this is another curve entirely right here. I can go ahead and increase the curve width. Come to this point right there, increase the width. So this is depends on how you want your curve to be. I can decide to make it to 16. So you can see. So I can select all curve right here and decide to give them a certain curve width right here. So for that, because I've already increased one, I'm going to select these two right here. Having selected these two, next thing I'm going to do here is to come to the curve width right here. Then I can decide to make it something like 20, and it's increased the width of the shape. So I can decide to go ahead and make it 25. So it's more increasing. I can decide to come to the top right here and have a custom size. We can decide to make it 40 and press enter. So you have it very much good right here. It's that simple. So we can also apply color and the lights. This is depends on what exactly we really want to achieve right here. So let's go back to our pen tool and take a look at another example. So if I decide to make another curve right here, press shift key and another straight curve and press Ctrl key down to cut, then I have to make sure I go back to my shape tools right here. So if I select my shape tools right there, then we have to go ahead and select the particular curve right there. So when we select the curve, then you can see a movement of the arrow right here. So I can decide to go ahead and click on this. Then I try to add a node into this particular straight line right here. Now, next thing we want to do right here is that we can come here and we can decide to convert to curve, or better still, we can decide to smooth edge, smooth node, or better still, we can scenariety mode, and then these are our different tools right here that we can use to work on our curve. And then right here, we can also reflect node horizontal, or we can decide to reflect it vertical. This is depends on whatever you want to achieve. Now here, we want to make sure we smooth node right here. So if you have some rough edge as far as your shape is concerned, you can use that to control the edge of your shape. So it's that simple. So I'm going to go ahead, Ctrl Z. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this and make sure I convert it to curve again. Then we can decide to drag from here and decide to drag from here. You can play around and see how best all these tools are work in CorelDraw. It's that simple. For more tutorial about how best to use your CorelDraw tools, consider to subscribe. So this is what I have for you as far as